It's time to discuss transfers once again. Everything is eating up ahead of the new campaign. For the first time in a long time, we don't have ratings to do this time around because all the confirmed transfers, we've already covered them in our last episode. And of course, I'm sure Max must be happy now that Umbuemo has finally, worn that number 19 jersey. Yeah, but anyways, we still
Before
have.
Gyokores joined Arsenal.
It doesn't matter. It's not by how quick, it's by how well. But yeah, without wasting much time, we've still got a lot to discuss today. And starting with Victor and Liverpool, yeah, ironically, Liverpool are considering a move for Rodrigo to replace Luis Diaz if he leaves to Bayern. It is believed that Diaz is on his way out of the club this summer. Where he would go remains, unsure. But Bayern are in the mix for Diaz. And the question, Victor, is that would you consider Rodrigo an upgrade on Luis Diaz?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a player that has started so consistently for Real Madrid for the past couple of seasons over a player who, don't get me wrong, I like Diaz as much as the next Liverpool fan, but I feel like he was always like trying but not managing to be Mane, you know? And it's hard on him, I know, but at the same time, football is pretty cutthroat nowadays, and I would definitely consider Rodrigo an upgrade. Maybe not necessarily in terms of numbers, but also I feel like some of the spark that Diaz had is a little bit gone nowadays. If that makes sense, he's not as electrifying as he was when he first joined. He really took everyone by surprise, Liverpool fans included. And I feel like that's kind of missing nowadays. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm being harsh.
Hmm. Yeah, fair enough. And I know Max would disagree about Rodrigo being an upgrade. But yeah, over to you, Max. I'm still with Liverpool actually. So after signing Hugo Ekitike, reports say Liverpool are not done with signing an attacker and whatnot, and now they are looking at Lyon's Malik Fofana, to bolster their attacking options. In your opinion, is that a good choice that Ancelotti should be looking at?
Mm, depends what type of project he's creating at Liverpool, because obviously this is a good prospect, a young prodigy, but I'd say currently he's definitely not a striker, or I mean, not a starter for Liverpool. I feel like, at least he's too young, he's not proven, and he never played in Prem. And I'd say if he really puts him in starting lineup, I feel like he will disappear on the pitch. So I'd say for the future, probably, but currently he's not a starter for sure.
Yeah, fair enough.
I just feel like this one depend very much on price because if if you look at Lyon, they're in big trouble financially, and this is probably their most sellable asset. And they're going to want big money for him. Now, if you look at his numbers in the league last season, he scored 5 and assisted 4. As a left winger, I don't feel like that's enough to qualify you for a big money move to the Prem. If it's something like, okay, Lyon want like, I don't know, 15 to 20 million pounds, sure, worth a punt, but anything north of that, absolutely not.
No chance. No
Yeah,
chance.
they will not. They will never ask below 40 or 50.
Exactly.
That's
No
the
chance. No
problem.
chance it
That's
goes
the
below
problem.
40. But anyways, moving on over to you, Victor, and on to the club that signs anything that moves. Literally, Chelsea are in advanced talks to sign Xavi Simons. As they look to bolster their attacking options. I know we've crapped on Chelsea about their attacking strategy and transfer strategy so far, but Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig, can this be considered a good move?
Yeah, absolutely, sure. If they want to play a 1-1-8 formation next season, go for it. I see no problem. Nah, honestly, just get get the get the defense and the goalkeeper situation sorted. I feel like from the middle up, they're doing well enough at the moment. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, and I rate him, but is he really needed at Chelsea? I feel like it's not. It's really surplus to requirements from the start.
Yeah, fair enough. Same thing I thought too when I saw those links. Yeah, but moving on to the north side of London, and this one's for you, Max. After much speculation over his future, Ethan Waneri has signed a new 5-year deal with Arsenal with an option to extend for a further year. I remember in an episode we are talking about how Chelsea, were in talks, to sign him as well when the Madueke deal was still in the paperwork. But how big is this for us now that they've gotten the new contract sorted?
Well, at least it proves that Arsenal is starting to be a big club again, and young prodigies are not trying to go to some club like Man City, Liverpool, and Man United even back in the day. So yeah, obviously for Arsenal it's a good sign for the future. This guy proves that he's capable of doing great things. Especially last season, we saw what he was doing in the league, and not only. So yeah, for Arsenal, it's definitely a decent re-signing. So I'd say he can actually do even more in future for Arsenal. I feel like, even I don't really like Arsenal, but this guy is good. So I'd say yeah, it's definitely a good move.
He'll definitely be able to do more. Think about in 2 years when Saka fills his bag of missed chances at trophies and goes elsewhere. He's going to be a starter on that right wing.
Yeah, probably.
Saka is winning the league. He's winning the league this year, so I really don't know where
Oh,
that's
you
coming
think
from.
he's leaving Arsenal this summer?
No, he's winning the league this year, Saka. So I really don't know what you guys are talking about. But anyways,
League Cup, yeah.
right, right. And just on a final note, it is well documented that Manchester United, need a striker ahead of next season. If you call Oiland a striker, that's also fine. But it is well documented that they need a striker, for next season. And it was actually reported just before we recorded this call that United recently made, an inquiry for Gyokores, but the player said no, he wants Arsenal. They did the same for Ekitike, and the player said no, he wants Liverpool. And they are considering Setsko, although they are considering that the price might be too high. But Sesko is realistically the only striker that United can have a go at the moment. And in your opinion, Victor, do you think that would be a good choice for Amorim?
I mean, yeah, money is going to be a problem. Personally, you know what I would do if I were United? Go all in on Mateta or Raul Jimenez. I know Raul Jimenez sounds a little bit out there, but he's got Prem experience and he's more reliable than Ziyech and Højlund put together. But no, honestly, like, why would you go for Sheshko when you could get Mateta for most likely less than half the price? I just don't get it. It's not even like Mateta is 31 or anything like that.
Yeah,
Proven
that was
Premier proven Premier League quality for 30 to 35 million pounds. Just get him. If you can afford to get Sheshko, which I doubt, Man United should be in hot water with PSR very soon anyway. And I don't think a move for Sheshko makes sense, basically.
Yeah, fair enough. I also don't think it makes sense. Aside the money, I think United, compared to other clubs, if other clubs can take a punt on, signing a player for the future, United need a player that will hit the ground running
Yeah.
immediately. and that is why Mateta actually makes sense. You know, is it's Premier League proven, like you said, it's plug and play. So I really don't know why United are not going for him. But as we all know, United will always be United. They do all the wrong stuff that we know, and yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see how everything goes. And I'm certain that before our next transfer episode, there will be more confirmed deals. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Gyokores to Arsenal and all that transfer news that will be bringing your way before next time.